Orange versus Na'Vi.
Welcome everybody into the hall, the Battle Royal Hall. We are here for our lower bracket final. I am Toby1.
And I'm Wagamama.
And man, this is going to be an absolute corker of a game. Na'Vi going up against, man, it's Orange. Like Orange. Are we actually saying it's Orange here in the matchup? It's absolutely amazing to see them through this far.
Yeah, and we've seen them work their way through the losers bracket, and they gotta have some confidence going through all these games in loser bracket, and now going up against Na'Vi. This should be a really, really nice matchup.
That it definitely should be. Of course, I think, like, you can see the draft up on the board right now, but as far as the lineup goes, Orange, for me, they've impressed me more than any other team at this competition. They have shown that they've been unique in their playstyle, that they can recover from being down, that they can actually work and synergize perfectly as a team, and it shows in the experience. Of course, Malaysia, it has a huge, thick history when it comes to Dota, and this team is almost the embodiment of that.
Yeah, I mean, having players such as Mushi and the entire Orange team here in the top 3 now, playing at the TI3, they are just living their dream right now. And Mushi, we saw in this interview, he wants a win at TI.
Man, I wouldn't actually put it past him. I would not put it past Orange to bring down Na'Vi and to actually force Na'Vi to miss their first grand final at TI3, because they've appeared in both of them. But so far, Orange, this is as close as they've gotten to the title. We'll see how far they get. And let's look at our draft, man, because it is underway.
Let's head into it. So we see Chen and Wiz being banned out by Orange. Chen, a very big respect ban towards Na'Vi, I feel. Visage and Batrider being banned out by Puppy. So trying to stop that Visage, that also left us with a Darkseer going through the draft, as well as Ohio's Nature's Prophet. These are the 2 biggest things that I see right now.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to you as we were like, so we were seeing the draft, we're waiting for the panel boys to stop talking, and then like it was Darkseer that came through, and we've seen amazing combinations with Darkseer, even to the point where Darkseer has been continuously banned out in that first 2 to stop him from getting through into these like big like concoction kind of stuns, or we've seen even Familiars coming down with a 4-way stun. You got so many different options when you got a hero like a Darkseer. Even Sven appearing yesterday in that combination. But Na'Vi, they've gone with a Darkseer, they've gone with a Lifestealer as well. So they're keeping their options pretty well open, actually. With a Darkseer as well as a Lifestealer, it does kind of already make you say there should be Funix Darkseer, or it will be Funix Darkseer, and as far as Lifestealer goes, it should be for Forced.
Yeah, definitely should be, but also as you said, with Darkseer there are many combinations. We either pick up, and Na'Vi even play something like a Sand King every now and then. They do go for Kuroky's Rubik, and that's another big pickup, but Weaver, Nature's Prophet, and Nyx Assassin, they have decent gank potential, but also decent split push so far over on Orange. And of course for Na'Vi, having that Lifesteer, I feel that so far they're in a little bit of a lead in terms of pure power in the team fight.
Yeah.
Having Darkseer, having Lifesteer and Rubik, of course, no amazing spells, but Shukuchi is there, and the stun from Nyx can always make big plays.
Oh yeah, that it definitely can, but they need, lockdown is probably the biggest thing which is lacking from both these teams. Like Nyx stun, telekinesis, basically what we're looking at right now. So we look for, as far as the secondary supporters to come up from both these teams, to have a little bit more control behind them. Also the synergy, like you want Rubik to combine up something nicely with something else, and AoE almost, when you run a Darkseer, you kind of say AoE is going to be the call. So either be it your Black Holes, be it your Dream Calls from Puck, be it your Rifts as well that will come out from the Puck. You can go with the lines of the Jakiros, which hasn't really appeared as much, but you can see like Macropine with the Ice Path, with the Dual Breath. You get all these different combinations which are available to you.
That's true. And looking over to Orange lineup now, they pick up the Naga Siren, very popular support, very strong. And we should note that we say both teams needed a secondary support, and Orange now picking up one. This doesn't have to be the case. Orange might even need one more support if we see Mushi head in towards that mid Nyx again. We saw it yesterday, and he made that work so well for him. So it's a situational mid that can be played, and it's very nice once he gets his Blink Dagger. And Jakiro,
there it is.
Some nice combination with Darkseer coming out right there.
Yeah, this is just leaving Dendy's last hero for that middle one. So I would be going down the lines of a Puck or a Quap, but Puck being banned out, so you can't really go down that line. So Queen of Pain's the most obvious one for that middle lane. Yeah, but there's still one extra man here for Mushi, so if he wants to, he can shut it down.
She is definitely available, and I'm looking over to Na'Vi right now. Having that Rubik, Orange have to be careful. They cannot give away the Song of the Siren.
Oh yeah.
If they give away the Song of the Siren, imagine the combination that Na'Vi could throw back at them. They could just Song of a Siren into Darkseer, into Jakiro. Of course, you can't, you know, set it up that
It's a very difficult ulti
you have to
steal,
time
though.
it. You have to time it very nicely, but if you give Na'Vi that chance, they will take it. And Na'Vi, that's a team that can make these big plays happen in the crucial games where it's needed.
Yeah, protection of those big abilities like Naga Siren for the team fight. You have Weaver Shikuchi as well. That's a great ability for Ruby to jump in and out. And Mushi decides to be out the OD as the last one. Well, we're talking about AoE, a little bit different in that scenario where they're looking at a lot of burst damage that can come out. So removing off the OD as the last ban from Mushi. And Puppey, well, last year from Orange, what are they thinking about?
10 seconds remaining.
It depends really if I think they're considering going for the solo mid Nyx, as there's 3 int-heroes on the enemy team. It's quite nice having a high level Nyx, getting that mana burn up quickly. Really destroys Darkseer in the team fights. But other than that, it's not that reliable maybe to go for a mid Nyx, and they might just go for something stronger. Maybe wanting to have even more DPS, get the minus armor of SF maybe. But I'm also looking over to Na'Vi and thinking, what do they want? They want a mid,
it feels
and they
like
could also go for an SF.
It feels like an SF for Na'Vi. Dendy's played it a lot of times already in this competition. When you got like a hero like a Darkseer and Jakiro, you could just get a huge combo with that one. They're going to need a lot more maneuverability though. That's the only downside I'm feeling from this Na'Vi lineup right now, is to get themselves in is very, very difficult. Lifesteal doesn't have someone who can piggyback on unless Rubik picks up a Blink Dagger or Darkseer as well. Surge is good, but it's not the pop you're looking for.
It's only so good for initiation. We do get to see Mushi play Queen of Pain, and I was expecting that Dendy wants this Shadow Fiend as they ban out the Templar Assassin. I think that they want Shadow Fiend, but will they go for it up against Mushi's Queen? That's a scary one to go up against mid.
All right, Puppey, last hero, man. Last year for them. They're already clapping their hands and getting themselves sitting down. So they know what they're doing. There it is, SF. We'll get the Dendy SF. So we have our draft for game number 1 of this best of 3 of Na'Vi versus Orange. The winner of this best of 3 faces up against Alliance in that best of 5 grand final. And also secures themselves 2nd position. Obviously, we will find ourselves a 3rd position. That's still a hell of a lot of money.
It is. Any of these 3 teams remaining have done amazingly well going this far in the tournament. And as you did say, that Orange probably a team that impressed you the most, but then again, you can't deny the strength out of, you know, Na'Vi and Alliance going all the way to the winner bracket finals. Both those teams amazingly strong, and especially Alliance taking the winner bracket finals.
It kind of feels a little bit like deja vu, because we were back here for these 2 teams a while ago, weren't we?
Oh yes.
Yeah, day number 1. Day number 1.
We saw these guys play already. So they get to go up against each other again.
5 seconds
so 5 seconds gets to be the countdown, and if they haven't selected their heroes, they get to right now as we get ourselves into the game. So we'll run through our lineups and the lanes they'll be heading off to. So KYXY been playing some amazing Magnuses of late. Could be taking that Weaver heading up towards the top lane. It'll be Mushi as the Queen of Pain for the solo mid. Up top, the supporters will be Net as Naga Siren, Extinct up as the Nyx Assassin. And that leaves our last one, Nature's Prophet, Ohio, sitting next to the lovely Donkey back at base. And over towards the Radiant side, we have over on Na'Vi, Havost will be the life stealer, Dendy will be the solo mid Shadow Fiend, Funnick will be looking to go the top lane Darkseer, Kuro will be as his signature Rubik, and that leaves the last one and captain of Na'Vi, Puppey, playing up the role as Jakiro.
That is true. And these teams faced off 7 times with Orange leading 5-2. I didn't really realize that it was so heavily favoring Orange, and that really makes you think about what they said, Na'Vi, in their interview, that every time they play Orange, it feels like a different strat and different team. We see Dendy calling out for Mushi.
Oh, you know it's going to be mind games. These guys get to play around in the 1v1 competition in the middle lane as well, so this is where it is a little bit more real than the 1v1. The Rapier was at stake, but
all these players are just amazing characters, and the way they just say hi to each other in a game like this, it's just such a happy atmosphere.
It is amazing. Like I know. Ooh, hello, Net. He's just gonna say hello to Kuro. He's just saying hello. Kuro doesn't see up there though. Like you see the vision, and Net's just hiding in the fog of war, and then instantly counterboarded by Extinct. So Orange, they're all ready to play the vision game here. And Ohio's even going to play the vision game on the bottom lane. He's going to try and block up these little camps on the side here. So there's no real options. Even with Havost, that DD rune, there's not going to be many options for the camps. In fact, he's going to block up the easy camp as well. He's running it away from Funnick.
He's gonna block up the pull spawn for sure, even with this DD lifesteal. And that D ward on mid is actually really big, because now Dandy, being solo mid Shadow Fiend, you don't have any escape mechanism, so you don't want to get ganked. He will die very easily if they go behind him. So vision is key.
Yeah. SF, they got to babysit him. I remember, well, it was a long time ago. I was having a bit of chat to Puppy about just how Dendy works in the middle lane and how it works with the team. He said one of the major things is for Dendy's success
Mushi.
in that lane.
Mushi is 6 CS already. He hasn't missed a single one so far.
An absolute
He missed
fire.
one, so denying all the creeps so far and getting every but one last hit. He's just crushing Dandy right now.
He's even back past the tower.
This is Mushi.
Is there a single? Okay, he just missed one, but he stopped Dandy. That's Dandy's first last hit, 1 minute 20 seconds in.
Yeah, Queen has a much better last hit for sure, but Mushi is also an amazing player. But now Dandy starting to get up some souls here. Gonna get a lot easier.
And it seems like right now, the level of control that is just coming out from Orange is just brilliant. Like, you might not see a huge amount of levels coming up in Ohio, but he's been spending most of the time for Puppy and Kuro just dealing with these never-ending set of treants that keep roaming through their jungle.
He's just being so annoying towards these supporters. The big spawn still hasn't had a chance to spawn. We see nice push on the top lane as well, and no one is dealing with that. Funnick just trying to stack jungle and get some experience going.
Funnick's not ready for this. Even he was pulled away for a moment to deal with the treants. He can't go up there at level 2 and say he can defend up against 3 heroes, especially ones that could have the ensnare. It's Riptide's the first level for net though, but you've still got stuns, you got mana burn, you got Weaver up at level 3, so the 2 points up in Shikuchi.
This tower is going down.
Oh yeah, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. Iron Shell in, and Extinctor says keep the creep wave away, and there goes the tower in favor of Orange.
Yeah. We see Dandy just running and taking the rune. He still runs over a sentry ward, that sentry that de-warded the normal ward there.
Well, he can't have everything in life.
And this is why we were a little bit fearful about picking this Shadow Fiend up against Mushi on Queen. It's such a hard lane for an SF.
They want to go with what was comfortable though. Like, you know Na'Vi as well as I do, man. Like, when these guys draft, they're not looking for something which is like different outside the box when it comes to huge matches, especially in their first games. We know they've been a little bit rough in their first games all the time, so they try and go with what's familiar to them. More Dandy, Mushi being very, very aggressive here. Maybe even the first blood. If he can tick him down far enough, comes to the tree line. He needs to attack, but Puppy, keeping with the dual breath. It's 1 second now. Puppy wants to turn it. Blink away, blink away, blink away. He's bottling. He's bottling quickly. Salve as well. And he turns. Puppy attacks, but Mushi fakes it out. Now even comes back into Dandy. He's got Scream available. Attack up the hill. 17 HP. Living life most definitely on the edge up against Mushi.
Yeah. Dandy trying to get any form of farm as soon as Mushi is pushed back, but Mushi not gone for long, even being chased by the dragon.
And with Mushi with this bond, like, it doesn't cost him anything to keep on doing that. He obviously used a salve as well, but he wastes time for Puppy. He just also took 100 gold away from Funnick, who's trying to jungle, and he just had to give a salve over to Denny so Denny could remain in that middle lane. This costs in more areas than just mid.
Yeah, it does. It does. And these blocks that Furin has been sending out, I mean, we see some levels now finally going up on Na'Vi as they do some pulls here. We have level 3 on Rubik, but that's a level 1 twin-headed dragon.
Puppy's just almost sacrificing himself so the rest of his team can get anything they want. And Ohio, nice snipe. Takes the regeneration rune straight from Puppy.
Yeah. Look at Funnick clearing off his big camp. This is going to be a lot of experience once he killed all this.
Well,
he needs to get that back because this safe lane of Orange is in complete control, as is Na'Vi still. Like, we see Havost, he's up to 30 CS, 16 last hits, 16 the dice, so he's topping the charts. Both safe lanes just farming uncontested.
Kuro's actually found a lot of good levels. I don't know if we also know, like you're talking about Darkseer's stack, but that stack that was coming out from the 2 supports of Na'Vi, that gave Puppy's level 2 and Kuro is level 3, so level 6. A big thing to watch out as well for Kuro, if he's able to pick up some good nukes. You look at the Queen of Pain stealing her blink as well as possibly the most sought after ability he could look for in this entire lineup.
It's a rather good skill to get, but not before she actually started maxing it out. And also getting the nukes is pretty nice in a team fight.
Orange are really committing to this top lane. Mana burning up Funnick, he's empty on that bottle as well. He can cast 1 Iron Shell, but then Extinct, Shikuchi, Riptide, that Radiant Creep Wave almost disintegrates in front of them. It means this tier 2 tower is already on a half-life. They got catapults behind it. Yep, they're going to bring in a lot more.
Puppy and Dandy coming in to defend.
And the tree scouts out both of them. So Orange, they can decide if they want to commit as heavy to this as they really decided, but quick raises, takes out the range creeps, and they just fall back. Dandy's wasting time now. Mushi's getting more space.
Yeah, they're gonna get the deny on this tower. And that means possibly, if this starts pushing out, they can hold it very far back down. So nice job by Na'Vi denying this tower.
Yep.
They still lose the map control from these two towers, but it's the experience right now is going heavily in favor of Na'Vi, with Darkseer getting that jungle experience and Furin only being level 2.
That it is. That it is. And this top lane, like, if it was anything but a Weaver on the Orange lineup, I'd be very concerned the Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower went down without a push through or some kind of threatening presence onto that Tier 3 tower, but Weaver is just able to be so flexible on that top lane because he can move in, he can move out, and it's very, very quick. And it's also like, you got these escape mechanisms, so you don't have to worry about not having a Tier 1 or Tier 2 tower or being deep behind enemy lines.
Yeah, you see Mushi just pushing out the mid lane.
They're trying to set up a gank here. They've got Ned around the back.
Trying, but then we have Shadow Fiend, a very good hero, just clearing the creeps, but they're gonna try, and
here they go. This should be our first blood. Net to be held, and that's Dandy Scream. Ulti Mushi wants to kill very, very quickly. Ohio TP'd in as well, looking down towards Puppy. No spread available to Divorce, looking for a kill off Mushi. Body blocking up Divorce. He's gonna stay close to Net, and he can't get there in time. So he gets a hit on Mushi a little bit. Ice Path flies out, but the Net comes out from Net. Trying to hold a Divorce in position, so it's just one kill in favor of Orange, with all of Na'Vi rotating in to help out.
Yeah, that's the entire Na'Vi lineup being there, and we see still just KYXY farming that top lane, and now Ohio finding some space on the bottom lane as well. So Na'Vi getting the worst end of that trade. Really not even a trade. Didn't get anything for it.
Nope, just a 1-0, 7 minutes in. And with the first blood and the two towers going the way of Orange, as you said, like the gold is still going their way, but they've still got to bring in more. They've got to find more kills on this board, or else Na'Vi will just start out leveled, especially Havorst. Havorst is up at level 7. He's got a lot of money, the highest CSer on the board right now. The only person who's in front, as far as money goes, is in fact Weaver, because obviously the towers.
Yeah, that's true.
And Weaver, that bottom lane, is Na'Vi actually considering pushing out that bottom lane?
I don't think so, because they can't really do too much down there, I believe. It's too easy for Orange to just send down people there. They might want to push it in a while, but right now just want to abuse that level 7 on Shadow Fiend, get some farm going in the jungle, stack it up. He's controlling the rune, as is Orange.
And they're watching it closely.
Lifesteal gets it though.
Mushi as well as Net. We're going to see if they can poke a hole in Na'Vi's defensive line. But already, nice setup here from Kuro. So he'll see him coming, as if he's watching for it. That's the small box of vision. And Net, well, walks right over the top of it. I don't know if they really saw it. Puppy's not really moving back too far. But he has to know there's some issues here where he's being ganked up by a tree. And Mushi's got a blink and sting. And Puppy will be so slow they could just catch up to him after that.
Yeah, they will go, most likely.
Where's your blink, Mushi?
It's scary though to blink into nothing like that, but they see him.
There's he turns, blinks up, still gets caught by the ice path. One race to hit and a right click as well, and Net then goes off for the Riptide. Has to move himself back. He was trying to keep Dendy away from him, and Mushi retreating away from Havorst. Blink can now happen again, but Net, he's realized Havorst is the only one he can kill, but he's got to catch up as a level 3 open wounds, and Net moves down, hides himself, and wants to deny himself up to the Ancients. He's going to die here in the corner. Queen of Pain in the meantime, chasing after Kuro. Kuro will go down here, while Ohio and Mushi retreating back through the bottom lane. It looks like Havorst wants to try and catch him out. Coming up through the side of Mushi. Well, he's not sure about this either. And now open wounds. Mushi can't blink, but the Sprout from Ohio keeps him safe. 3 seconds. He's going to live through that. 1 second. Infest damage from Havorst. Gets the kill. Thunder's already thrown down the wall. He's stunned up here by Extinct Snare. Will hold him in position. Will try and surge himself away. Whilst he just turns around to try and fight it. Realized he was going to go down. 3-2 did whatever damage he could. In the meantime, KYXY was starting to harass that tier 3 tower on the top lane.
And Dandy pushing on the tier 1 mid. A lot of action all over the place. Mid, bottom.
Are they going to go again? Ice Path. Net, really?
It was a nice initiation with the lift. Actually believe Havorst just ran in with face boots and got the slow on her. And then the lift.
Downside about Naga Siren. No escape mechanism, but you do have that ensnare, which at least hold him in position. But once you already get the open wounds, the support heroes can just roll in.
Yeah, and Na'Vi, they still have a firm lead in the advantage of experience. 2000 is the advantage for him. But the gold is still going the way of Orange, and this game is really, really even. in the beginning here.
Yeah. Well, until Na'Vi start taking towers, that gold won't be repaired. But definitely to show you that they're being a lot more economical as far as their supports go. And then again, with the 2 supports, with their net worth not even capping up over the 1,000. But Naga has just sacrificed so much in this game that it's just dragging everything back, but it's for a reason. So Extinct could find his level 6, and then they can use the Vendetta. And because what Mushi's managed to pick up 2, level 8 up on him, so you got the ultimate, you got the 4-point Scream, you got the 2 points Blink now, and building up for, well, what do we got flying out in the career for him? It's just Rover Magi again. So almost like we're going to see an Orchid coming out from Mushi.
Yeah, he's going for Orchid. He loves going for this build. It's one of the ones he uses all the time, so...
Dangerous thing to try and do up against a BKB SF, though. But if you get him before that point, Extinct, and he comes. Sentry Wall came down at the right time, but maybe just that little bit too late. Then he pops. Mushi picked up, throwing down. He already blinked himself in. But he's not going to follow through. He had 6 seconds left on that cooldown of the ultimate, so decided not to throw it.
Dandy goes down for a second time. He does have 1.1k gold, so he can buy up an Ogre Club, upgrade his
nice
bottom.
snare, bottom lane, just trying to hold a force in position. Riptide as well, but Infest being available.
Yeah, investing to his own creep just for safety there. Doesn't get HP on level 1 on Infest, of course. Doesn't kill off your own creeps.
Radiant's bottom
Gotta go on him again.
Yeah, Net's back in for another ensnare. He's already used his clarity, and we'll see Puppey around the corner in a moment.
And Ohio just farming up a lot now. Has Midas and 1,000 gold as well. Looking pretty happy for himself.
Yeah, farmed up profit means more pain split pushing later.
Yeah.
And the fact that Weaver's had a lot of space as well doesn't make it too great, because he's walking around with an ultimate orb as his first item. So maybe not straight into Linken's Sphere, because most have gone for that Perseverance instead. But
it could be still. Having that high stats is a very nice way to build. And we see Extinct moving.
like ships in the night, they don't see anything. But Dandy will definitely find Net. There's already Observer Ward. He's going to block. Oh, is he? No. Oh, one raise. Oh, Dandy.
This is scary.
Missed range on the raise.
KYXY.
Yep, he's going to have to get himself out of here. He's still got time lapse available. He's taking a lot of damage already.
Nice races by Dandy.
Might want to use it right now. In fact, there he goes. Time lapse is evade one of the raises. So throws out the bugs.
So close. He almost got vacuumed there, and then of course that cancels your cast animation.
Oh, Cora, what do you steal? He saw Vendetta. But Orange just destroying him with the life points. Removal coming out from the Quap ulti as well as Scream.
Yeah, almost every single kill from Orange is just Mushi being there. But they do have 5 kills on the board. He's been in 4 of them. And this Furion had a pretty rough time offlaning, but just blocking off so much for the enemy team, making Navi's supporters a little bit weaker. He's now up to Hand of Midas and his Shadow Amulet, along with 500. So he's gonna have that early Shadow Blade for sure.
That he will. What do we get out for Nets? It's just, okay, Boots. Rich support. Rich support. Living life on the edge with 691 net worth. Mushi's back at the middle lane, so he's up against a force as well as Dandy. We've got 2 cores from Na'Vi that have assembled in this middle lane. They are really not spacing themselves out as well as they were before, when we saw a lot of experience advantage going the way of Na'Vi, when they're pulling a lot out of the jungle. Now it's almost like Na'Vi are grouping up just so they can survive up against these continuous ganks that come out from Orange, be it through their smoke ganks, which they've been using a hell of a lot, as well as the Six Assassin in Vendetta.
Yeah, easy tower there for Orange, no contest. And they see Dandy and Mushi moving to the top rune. Spawns bottom though.
Yeah, Extinct will babysit that one. While Net, well, he's going to catch out Puppey right now. Well, I should say it could be going the other way around as Puppey saw him. And they throw down the sentry ward. Yeah, they're expecting him to fight. Net does a very, very wise thing and bails out.
Yeah, Extinct thinking about it a little bit. But yeah, we see Orange just pulling ahead a lot now. It's 4,000 and growing in terms of their gold graph. And they finally have a lead in the experience as well.
They just got to hold on to it.
Oh, Rubik got the swarm from Weaver.
Not a bad thing to have, especially when he put a second level into that as well.
Not really what he would want though. Shukuchi being so much better.
Yep. It's all about the ability to jump in. Speaking of that, look at Dandy's first item. Like, instead of going BKB, just goes straight in for that Blink Dagger.
He's going for the combination. Navi's starting to rely more on having the combo and just have Havos do more of the DPS in the team fights. They know that they need to land like a big team fight with races and ulti from Shadowfiend.
The way that changes everything though is now that Mushi's going to realize that like there's no BKB, he can keep on attacking directly onto that Shadowfiend.
Yes, and if he gets Shadow Strike on him, there's no way he can blink. So that's a very nice way to just counter this naked blink daggers by putting the Shadow Stone.
Looks like Avors isn't having a great time on bottom lane. KYXY able to push him out of the lane. Just a couple of bugs and some Gemini attacks.
He is going for the Lincolns as well, but yeah, he's very strong.
Na'Vi gonna make a trap. Shiku surging Kuro in. He needed that pickup.
He gets the blink dagger, blink. It's max level blink, so that's rather nice actually for Rubik. Can even be better than Shikuchi.
Well, the surge into blink will work for him. Allows it for Dendi. He doesn't want to reveal this blink dagger. And there's your blink in. Koro got the pick up. Blink to follow. Net just one quick race. And in comes Well. There's your blink up. He goes for one race. Second race. Net still alive. And now Mushi opens up on Dendi, who throws the ulti out. There's minimal damage. No one was even close to him. Surged away, but in goes Mushi. In for the scream. The breathe fire. He's going to go down right now. In fact, the follow-up's on holding Funnick in position. Queen of Pain just bought back. They want to get Kuro and KYXY timeless out the damage and a better position as well. Chasing down Funnick, chasing down Avors. Who can they get the stun on? Avors sprouted up. Funnick's trying to cut his way out there. And then with the extra stun, Avors will go down. He turns to Ohio, and Ohio will take a fall here. The creep wave from the tower, not making it easy, but Orange fighting underneath the tier 1 tower, still take a full team fight. Up against War, Funnick. Mushi wasn't stopping Funnick. Snipes at the next assassin, but Mushi's not done. Or is he? He's done. He's bottling up. They take the tower. They'll fall back now.
Funnick just running in, doing the karate chop on him. Not even Iron Shelled. And yeah, that's a really nice fight for Orange. So losing the Queen of Pain and buybacking her. So it may seem they lost a lot, but getting all those kills and getting the mid tower, it ends up with Orange coming out on top. The experience still going pretty even because Orange being further ahead in the team fight.
Wow. Man, that's just beautiful to watch. This is the reason why so many people are enjoying watching Orange. I know there's a lot of people who are trying to work out like who is the crowd favorite here. Orange has given us such entertaining, well-coordinated, aggressive style Dota, and Na'Vi, well, Na'Vi...
Same thing for them though.
Yeah, it goes two ways, and that's kind of why I'm getting a little bit more excited about this matchup. It's a wonderful game, and really doesn't matter what any point of this game. Like, you can't say this game is going to be GG by 40 minutes. It's very difficult to predict because SF with the Darkseer, that combo, Life Sealer, we know how great Avors can be with the timing of either Infest or Armor Toggle, and then you got split push possibilities of Orange, you got timeless possibilities of KYXY with that Weaver, Mushi with his burst damage, Naga with his control, Puppy with his control, as well as Rubik, one of the most, the best hero of Kuro. Like, you got so many different factors which are coming into this game. You cannot call this GG. And Mushi, well, Avors grabs it from him. Mushi doesn't reveal himself though.
Yeah, no way for Mushi to grab that. If you blink to get it, then you would immediately die. You can't waste this blink when there's a lifesteal nearby. And he's going for Basher on lifesteal. But yes, this game can never be called GG too early. Like, you have to really wait and see what happens. And I like the fact that we see 70,000 in-game pennants from spectators for Na'Vi in this game. I believe every single Na'Vi fan is watching this game.
I think a lot more people need to actually pick up Orange pennants. These guys are an amazing team.
Yeah, they're totally worth it. Totally worth it.
Of course, there is a lot of people watching from inside Dota TV, free, the wonders of Valve. So KYXY actually approaching this tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. 18 minutes in and we see him with a Lincoln Sphere, 700 of gold, and still with Treads, Ring of Aquila, is a good word, so Ring of Basilius, looking very, very good. They're going to take this tier 2 tower. Problem's going to TP down here, and this is still not a single tier 1 tower lost for Orange, or is this going to be a fight? Puppy, he throws the Ice Bath, he got him, KYXY dragged back in, Funnick's got a surprise inside him, he's going to pop out, there's Avors, waiting for Net to throw out that snare before he came out, and now Avors focused on him, and the Naga ulti being instantly cancelled. Dendi again winding up the ultimate, only nickling on the edge of KYXY. He's been so defensive with these, and KYXY has to be careful. Telling to pick him up. Dendi, he's not looking for it. He's looking to go deeper, chasing in off the Nyx Assassin. It's a 2-for-1 trade, but it's 2 supports for a Darkseer. And the Shadowblade's going to allow Ohio to run himself away from this, and KYXY's out too. I'm not quite sure if that's really worth it.
It's a good fight by Na'Vi. Getting 2 kills there is worth it. Losing the Darkseer is bad, but then again, getting kills that go the way of Lifesteal as well as the Shadow Fiend, this will help them a lot. So, really well fought by Na'Vi there in that fight, but now Orchid is finished up on Queen of Pain. It's not a super early Orchid, but he has been so aggressive, being everywhere in this game. He's been in 9 out of 10 kills on the Queen.
Mushi wants to make sure he's leading his team to victory, and of course, like with his sacrificing, he's not taking all the gold. And you're right, Dendy,
right there.
Tried to go for the top rune. Sentry Ward's a little bit further back.
No,
Ned
Sentry
doesn't have dust; they can't see him.
Oh, they buy dust the shadow.
Prophet, is he coming in? Throws it. They see Dendy in the corner. Wants the TP out. It's Nair and Quap ulti even throwing to ensure that kill.
Nature's Prophet buying dust in base as he was conveniently in base right there.
And how much is Orange just committing to every single kill, but how much are they also following up? Like I said it during that push in the bottom lane, like they took a tier 2 tower, but they haven't lost a single tier 1 tower of Orange. And they're already looking down at that tier 2 tower in mid. You can control this much of the map. Of course, now you want to look towards Roshan. You can look towards controlling up both jungles. Like, what are these even towers sitting on? That one's been slightly touched. That's been touched a little bit more. And that one hasn't been touched as much.
Yeah, so basically Na'Vi are being very, very shut down. Like, they're really constrained into their own part of the map. And now we see Queen just clearing through the jungle really fast. Lifesteal or Weaver and Furion just farming, even farming the enemy jungle here, as they have so good vision. So Orange starting to look scary with this control of the game.
Now they are approaching the 10,000 gold advantage very, very quickly. Even if experience doesn't show it, they're getting a lot of good items up as well. You see already with the Ultimate Orb up on Ohio. We'll be seeing the Scythe the Vice from him. Ned doesn't really have much, but at least he affords up a Bracer as well as a Magic Wand. Extinct, he's on his way towards that Blink Dagger, saving up money for that. Sitting about 1,600 right now. While KYX-wise, we checked in with him before, Lincoln Sphere. And it looks like he's going to go into a BKB as well. So security in fights is definitely his key right now.
That is true. But I'm not really sure if Na'Vi, they need to break this pattern. They're trying to go mid, but I'm not sure if they can break it before they have BKB on the Shadow Fiend. And top, we see they try to really keep him away from that.
Oh, they got him too.
A 5th kill now on Dendy.
The Prophet only bounced in. Horse being stunned up. Extinct already initiated. Nice ice path back into 3. And the triple stun stolen by Koro. They disintegrate Orange in the mid. The wall went down. The Macropie, the ice path is just a perfect combo. And this is what Orange were fearful of.
Na'Vi are so dangerous when they land these combinations. Kuro with a beautiful steal, combining it with the vacuum, stealing that impale.
KYXY has to be careful. There's still a stun from Kuro. In fact, the Lincoln Sphere is already going to be triggered right now. Open Width was there as well. He's got Shikuchi in 1 second. They can't chase him down.
Well, they can't. And still, they're not getting the mid tower, but those 3 kills, man, that's worth so much.
Tower is under attack.
That's such aggressive movement from Orange. Like, even after KYXY knew, like, there's 4 heroes directly above him. Ohio TPs himself in directly next to him saying, I'm still here for you, man.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet being everywhere as well in this game. He has also been present just as much as Mushi has. And, man, that fight, I feel that Na'Vi, after that fight, maybe they could have pressured even harder, but not having Dendy there, and of course him being picked off before that fight, they couldn't really claim a tower for it, and they need to. They need to take control of the map.
Dendy's in trouble. Bottom lane, his teammates won't get there in time. Try Prophet TP. Oh, yeah, Prophet ultimate.
Good TP
Couldn't get there in time.
Good
but that was at the
out.
same time he didn't want to get out of there because you knew what was on the bottom lane. They're coming in with smoke and they wanted to be looking out for somebody, but they cannot catch up. Avort's got revealed. The Observer Ward of Orange left behind him, and he came just that little bit too close. And towards the Weaver who was inside Shikuchi, so he didn't know who he came close to.
Yeah, and we see the Cranium Basher or Skull Basher is finished up on Horst, so he has that option. If he gets close to anyone, really, he can just kill them. Now we see some interesting moving here as well from Orange. Na'Vi, how are they gonna react?
The only way they can react, they've got to go straight in and try and contest them. The Queen of Pain Illusion's already going to scout out the fact that they are up here, but they have to move as 5. How close is Roshan to death? Getting closer, but not there just yet. So Na'Vi, do they go inside the pit? Do they look up? Horst will go in.
Look at
see
Ohio.
Roshan half of his life points.
Look at what Ohio is doing now, just pushing that top lane. He knows he's a Fury and he can just come back whenever. So he will force Na'Vi to do something. They need to go back or commit to Roshan. They're gonna back out.
The danger of split push. Na'Vi, like they either let the tier 3 tower take care of it.
Yeah, maybe Ohio needed to push a little bit harder here.
Top tower
but he's already dealing damage.
Yeah, they're backing up.
Committing now.
Now Na'Vi's gonna make a move. Horst in close, but there's so many invis heroes, he just can't see him. There was 3 next to him. Now it's stand up, and the Rage is on cooldown for him. The Ice Bar trying to give some cover fire back as well, but Extinct keeping himself out. Now with that back down, they can make a move. Naga throws the oldie. That's a big group up. 4 of them there. Extinct just says Silver Planet. I thank you, sir. No! Telekinesis. It picked him up. Funny. And Rubik has managed to get him now. The Macropire. There's no wall. The Spike Carver slowing him down. Naga trying to TP out in time. It's snare stolen. And then holds him there. And before gets the bash. Blink up. Time lapse. He needs Shikuchi 1 second. Not enough time. 2 kills go the way of Na'Vi.
And they're gonna go straight for Roshan as well.
But look what Prophet's doing. He's straight back to top lane. He's gonna try and make him pay. Avors has to go quickly. Extinct, he's still got this great stun.
Mushi has his full combo as well.
Well, they're trying to keep him out. They're just trying to make Dendi take longer to kill this off because that tier 3 tower is being brought down. Where is Mushi? He wants to jump it. Is this going to be a snatch? The Bug's flying in first. And Avors, Funnick both being latched. KYXY, he did! He did! He got it! Snatched by the Queen of Pain and popped instantly after. But now Mushi can fight again. Extinct is there. Avors won't get out in time. The back goes down to the Ice Bar, but Funnick, Ohio picks up the regeneration rune. There's no stun on Puppy. There's no stun on Dendi. But the Aegis is snatched. It was killed by Na'Vi. The tier 3 tower is still alive. But 13-14.
What a 6 steal. Getting that clutch steal when it matters. Mushi playing his game this game.
Oh, it's a wonderful game. Absolutely wonderful game. Dendi going to be attacked by Ohio. He's going to side the Vice as well. He's trying to wait for Dendi until he tries to TB out of here. It's not going to happen. The Hex is there. Ohio going to solo up Dendi on the top lane.
That's a big solo kill.
He knew what he could take. He knew what he could get away with. And he just jumped in and said, you know what? Someone's going to come here. And if it's anybody but Lifestealer, I can kill him.
Yeah. Orange still need to be careful. When they want to go for a Naga Siren ulti and combine, they need to be careful about how fast that casting time is on telekinesis. If they stand close with Mushi or with Extinct, as was in that last fight, he can just lift him. Even 4 men clustered up of Na'Vi, they got out of that really nicely. So, need to be careful what they do with that Rubik.
And Nyx Assassin has one of the best things he can get right now. The Blink Dagger with Arcane Boots being available.
Oh yeah. He's looking really scary now.
So now they've got even more, like, it's a jump into a disable. You've already got Ohio who's giving him a side device. And Weaver, well, I'm hoping he's actually spent a little bit more of his money right now because KYXY, he's got 2,000 gold, still walking around with that Ogre Club, hasn't changed his items since last we checked him. Obviously that was 7-8 minutes ago and he still managed to pick up 2,000 gold, so that's not too bad. Yeah,
he is farming up at a decent rate. Not spectacularly fast, but he is one of the strongest heroes on the map, straight after Ohio now, I would say, with that Scheiffel Vice. Ohio looking like he's the strongest man on the field.
Oh, looks like he's about to get stronger. Ancient stack for him. A lot of granite golems here. Looks like almost, is that a triple stack we're looking at?
Yeah, that's a triple granite golem stack.
So easy money. Easy, easy money. Have to use the Trezo to tank it up because KYXY and Ohio obviously got the best tanks in the world. But it's still amazing that, like, we're sitting here in the game, it's 13-15, the experience advantage is like 3,000 difference, which really isn't that much for a 30-minute game. The gold, it shows as the big difference because still we have Orange who have a huge tower advantage. This is a 5-tower advantage and almost basically 6 when you look at that top tower. That's the biggest problem I'm seeing for Na'Vi right now, that even if they do take 2 like massive team fights and they push in, they start taking out towers, Prophet still has an easy access entry into that top lane. If that creep wave gets anywhere near that tier 3 tower, he can threaten racks.
Yeah, and now Na'Vi are moving up, just moving here with Dendi, and we see a good piece of news for any Na'Vi fan. There's a BKB finishing up now on Dendi.
Got to get there in time though. Already Mushi spotting out most of Na'Vi and runs into the corner. Ice Path just out of range. Just off to the side. He had to wait for the blink, and now Naga's coming back up to the top lane. Look how quickly Orange assemble. And also look how quickly Prophet continues to TP to that bottom lane and push it out. Weaver will go up, but Prophet, well, he shouldn't be stopping on this bottom lane. He's got an ultimate which he can give. That'll slow up Na'Vi as well. And what's this, a tier 1 tower, but even more tier 3 tower damage. Almost worth the TP towards the top lane. Again, Ohio on the split push.
Here. Na'Vi are really desperate. This tier 3 tower is taking critical damage.
Well, they're taking critical damage when the Prophet bounces through like that. And they're going to get back to They have TPs. Orange going to try and stop it. Blink down. Dandy pops BKB. Puppey hexed up. He won't get out in time. Dandy, too much damage. Nagaroli stops any kind of TP. Holds Puppey in position. And now, well, no ice path. Stunned up. And 2 on the sidelines, while on the bottom lane that tier 3 tower didn't go down, but they lost Dendy as well as the Jakiro, which means in through the top, Orange will come.
And look at top tower and look at bottom tower, tier 3. Both of them sitting about 200 HP. It's basically nothing. This push is looking like it should just go in and take the racks even.
They will. I don't see how they can stop it, man. It's going to be 1, possibly 2. And this will be Orange breaking the base of Na'Vi just after the 30-minute mark. And that is going to be the melee racks gone. A Force coming in with an Iron Shell, and Orange, they made us back up right now, but Mushi sitting in the top left corner. He wants to finish up this range rack. They want a full raxing on this top lane, and they don't fully get it. It's down to 31 HP, but now Koro! Quick death, back in. Funnick stunned up by the spike. Cameron to KYXY pops up the BKB. Avoids defense damage. Will kill off the Naga Siren, but they're going to keep on chasing in. Puppey too far out. Double kill for KYXY, and the racks will go down too. Dandy with a quick raise tries to keep him out, but knows where exactly where KYXY is going. Already Ohio's down there. They're going for the double raxing right now.
And what a quick game this looks to be coming out from Orange. And 2 racks.
Even Denny with the double raise. You see how fast he just time-lapses back. A Force comes out for Mushi, but hexed up. A Force will go down. Denny winds up the ultimate, but will not get a kill. In fact, he may even lose his own life with this right now. Being forced back, they say no. Double racks is what we search for. And Na'Vi, they have been basically, with both their legs broken, they are basically bent over backwards by Orange.
Yeah, and mid tier 2 even taking some high damage now, and all that lead that we, just look at the graphs. All of a sudden, just spiking down. This game looked like it was really even just about 5 minutes ago, and then that one fight, they just punished the entire base of Na'Vi.
It really came down though. Na'Vi knew they were falling so far behind. They weren't controlling the map at all. They weren't buying their farm. And they had to make a decision. Their decision was to go top, and that decision cost them. And I think it cost them more than they were really expecting. They didn't prep that bottom lane. They didn't prep the middle lane. But how do you also prep something up against a hero or even a player like Ohio? He's everywhere and anywhere.
Yeah, Ohio looking so strong in this game. Just having that early sacrifice really helped them. And he could definitely gang out Dandy several times and did do so. So as they went top, that damage dealt to a tier 3. Even if they didn't get caught out, Na'Vi on top lane, they would still have lost that trade. They would have lost tier 3 before they lost tier 1.
Yep. Orange, they are waiting for Na'Vi to come to them. They realized that Na'Vi were already backed into a corner. They tried the tier 1 tower, so they're assuming that Na'Vi will group up and smoke and go out and try and kill them off. It's almost like they're trying to bait him at the tier 1 town. She breaks his smoke, so Orange say, well, they're not coming here.
They saw them.
Yep.
Saw the Na'Vi defending on bottom.
That Observer and Sentry Wall is going to watch most of Orange move anyway.
Yeah, Sentry just a little bit out of range, so didn't actually catch these smoke movements.
This tier 2 tower is gone. Absolutely gone. Maybe they can get denied. No, they can't. We will take him. That gem up on him too, which he stole from Funnick's dead fingers.
And I think this is where Orange, we saw them earlier in this tournament where they actually played a game, had an amazing lead, and then dived into tier 4 towers and threw the game completely.
Yep.
I think they learned their lesson and not gonna do it again.
No.
So gonna take it safe now. We just saw them crush Navi's base. We're only 33 minutes into the game.
There's no reason to risk anything. You were basically one best of 3 victory away from a grand final playing for the biggest prize pool in all of esports. There is no way you are going to risk anything. They will wait for the next Roshan. They'll continue to farm up. Their only thing they've got to be careful about is what key items will come up while they're waiting. Like I'm looking at Lifestealer with a possibility for an Abyssal Blade coming up on him. Now with almost 3,700 gold. Denny's already got his Blink BKB. Funny's got his level 14, so he's got that 4 points up in the VAC. He's got a lot of points up in Surge as well. So his ulti combo is going to work nicely with Dendy's as well, who this is probably going to be the bigger point. He's about to pop that level 16 up on Dendy. They need to give him some space for that so they have a level 3 Requiem of Souls.
Yes, that's true. And Dendy, he is the strongest one on Na'Vi with that BKB and Blink because he can land the big combination. They need to hit level 16 and he will do so very soon. And if they land a big combination with Darkseer, they can still kill off the entirety of Orange, as we saw him do on the mid lane there very early on in the game,
yep,
where everyone just disintegrated.
What do we got coming out? Full Daedalus now completed for the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, Na'Vi though, they are pushed back and really forced to rely on the combinations now. They can't just go into a fight and start right-clicking and throwing spells without coordinating it perfectly.
This Courier just having second thoughts about going. Okay, now it's going to go.
Yeah, probably wants to send out the Desolator as well. Or maybe not even.
You're talking about the Dire? I'm talking about the Radiant Courier. It stopped halfway up. It does pick up the Relic, so we'll get an Abyssal Blade coming off here from the lifesteal, and Avor's bought out for this. He wants to have that Abyssal Blade for this fight. Na'Vi now realize if they don't have every single bit of power that they could get for this fight around Roshan, then they won't win it. And of course, Avor's a very critical hero as well, because Naga won't affect him as far as the Naga sleep goes, and that is what's going to ensure the Roshan kill for Orange. The one thing he's going to be careful about is the net, and he's going to wait for that instead to be thrown out by net to ensure he can move around during the fights. That's the only thing that can control him out of everything Orange has.
As long as he gets his rage up first, yes, that's true, but there's still the silence, the hex. He has to be so careful and involved about how he goes into this fight. And I'm not even sure that they're gonna go, man, because Orange, they're already going, they have that Daedalus, and they're killing Roshan really fast here. They don't have Desolator finished up just yet.
Na'Vi have no choice. They've got to go now. If they don't go now, they're going to fight it inside their base and they'll lose. And you're right, with DD on Mushi, this is going to be a horrible fight for him. The bugs come out, and Dendy, well, he's the one with the surprise inside him. Roshan's already down. Queen of Pain gets the Aegis, and Na'Vi just bail. They bail quickly. That illusion's given the vision, and now it's Orange who want to kind of chase this one down. Mushi trying to get in closer. Can't get there in time.
They want to.
And Na'Vi going to try and turn on the choke point.
We see just top lane and bottom lane being pushed in. Meanwhile, Na'Vi can never really leave their base without it being so obvious to Orange exactly where they are.
Yep. You can see Orange too. They knew just at this choke point here that if a good Ice Path managed to hit with a Magnifier follow-up to a Darkseer vac and wall, that Orange will be dead. Like almost instantly. Everything they would have worked so hard to build would just be thrown away. Yeah, so they backed themselves up when the second they realized that Na'Vi could turn.
Yeah, and also we see Orange very careful about having buyback on all their free core heroes. Queen, Nature's Prophet, the Weaver, all have buyback.
Yep.
So even with these big items that they have...
It's a double Aegis basically is what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Puppey misses the Ice Path. I don't really know why if they really want to initiate outside of their own base. They're going to hold on top of that tier 3 tower if they want to try and win this.
Bottom racks went down. Weaver just standing there and attacking some.
Oh, that Desolator is just going to hard work, man.
And we see Mushi pushing in top. They want to push in every single lane and then deal some damage to mid.
It's a split push. If Na'Vi have a great team fight, what do? You separate them. Avorst is still inside of Dendy. He refuses to come out.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have that off cooldown very soon. Might even double nuke with that. Kind of funny.
Will be a good thing to have during the fight. Jump out of an infest, say, well, I get my initiation while I still got my stability. KYXY is just mowing through that bottom.
This split push is like, we see KYXY just farming buildings in the base of Na'Vi because they can't stop him.
Yep. Farms the buildings, helps when those creep waves push in. They start taking directly to the tier 4 towers, or even the heroes. And Denny's having to use a lot of mana to just try and keep him out. KYXY, there you go again, onto another one of the buildings.
Yeah,
and Extinct wants to weigh in. Extinct probably wants to try and initiate on Kuro. He's the one that's going to give that control to Na'Vi, and they throw down Sentry Wards. Now they want to see him. Blink out, Dandy! Jumped out, but Mushi net will throw out the ultimate, but Avorst gets a quick stun. Now Dandy winds up. He shouldn't be doing that. He's going to hold it. Now he does. There's a little bit with it. Pick up and throw back in. Dandy with a double kill, but KYXY still does a lot of damage, and it's the mid-ranks the focus. Mushi's up past it.
They got the supporters, but every single core is still alive. And Aegis, was it brought down? No, it wasn't.
Nope. They kept him alive, man. They kept him alive, but what a beautiful play. With Denny with the wind-up, he's trying to cast it at range, so when Kuro gets the telekinesis pickup, he throws him directly at the feet of SF.
Yeah, this was still very good by Na'Vi. Winning any form of fight when you're behind like 20,000 gold, 15,000 experience.
In trouble, hexed up. Ice Buff will give him the space to escape. In fact, he wants to turn on KYXY. Lincoln Sphere will trigger. He doesn't have that Abyssal Blade just yet, but now he moves over towards Ohio. Yes, Sprout keeps a forced out, but they cut through it. Quality Blade still there. Mushi will it's back over on the side, so he'll go down. Ohio to the sidelines, and now KYXY. Time left. Mushi's back alive again. He's already lit up the Scream, and Funnick being attacked up here by the Weaver. But be a double kill to KYXY. Avors now instead. He's outside of his own base. Ohio comes in. Avors. Now he goes down. Buyback by Pumpy. But Mushy diving inside the base. Pumpy's buyback and TP out. Gets him in a position for the ice pop as well as Macropie. Mushy will blink himself down and away to safety. He's still burning. They need to help him. And there's actually an illusion from Darkseer. Gets the kill as well as KYXY. Funnick with the double kill illusion. But it won't stop their racks, and GG! Orange will take game 1 in the lower bracket final up against Na'Vi, TI1 champions, TI2 runners-up, and now they face one game. If Orange win it, they will be eliminated, and that means Na'Vi will miss their first ever TI3 grand final.
That would be the case, but still, Na'Vi, we have seen them so many times lose their first game in a best of 3 and then come back really strong, so let's see